Hello and welcome. When the big wigs gather, every seasoned news hound knows something very delicious and edible is going to be served. The atmosphere at the special management retreat of department heads of Nigerian Shippers Council was a buzz of activities. And that very buzz is what we shall be making sense of on today's program. We shall also bring you updates from the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Our ever-dependable Idowu Ogungbemi will also be available to give you updates on happenings within the local and international maritime scenes in our tidbit segments. Let's take a short break. We shall be right back.
For more than 5 decades, we have empowered and protected the interests of shippers in the nation's maritime industry. Our focus is to facilitate trade, regulate tariffs and rates, as well as handle shippers' complaints on cargo losses, damage and non-delivery. We offer dispute resolution mechanism for shipping and trade disputes between shippers and service providers. We are Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator, your gateway to a thriving maritime sector. Nigerian Shippers Council will meet you at the port of your need.
Welcome back. You are watching The Shipper, your undeniable go-to program for accurate updates on goings-on in the nation's maritime sector. Proudly brought to you by Nigerian Shippers Council, the nation's port economic regulator. I am Victoria Yavala. As is tradition, the management staff of the council gathered for a briefing on the direction the maritime industry is heading. Discussions, directives and suggestions were shared to help accelerate the progress already being made and shape what is expected. Lisa lets the cat out of the bag. Best I hand this bag over to Lucy Yambi, who will present the report to you as put together by our correspondents.
Nigerian Shippers Council's Special Management Retreat, themed Achieving Strategic Intent Through Performance Lens, was recently held in Lagos. The expiration of the 2019 to 2023 strategic plan, alongside the agency's expanded regulatory mandate, necessitated a refreshed vision, one aligned with global industry trends and practices, stakeholder expectations, and Nigeria's broader economic aspirations. The 2025 to 2029 strategic plan is aimed at defining the Council's strategic priorities for the next 5 years as part of the transitional input to MPERA, strengthen the agency's capacity to enhance trade facilitation and port efficiency, align regulatory oversight with national economic goals and global maritime trends, improve service delivery, stakeholder engagement, and industry collaboration. To ensure effective implementation, the plan incorporates a monitoring and management evaluation system, key performance indicators (KPI), risk management framework, resource mobilization strategy, stakeholder engagement mechanisms, and infrastructure and technology plan. Professor Adeyemi Ajayi, facilitator of the retreat, gave a presentation on the objectives of the retreat and an overview of the Council's strategic plans.
We will be looking at the individual or the departmental performance bond that we shared with you. Now, at that point, we'll be explaining certain rules to you. We need you to contribute to that document so that we can use that to finalize the strategic plan, and it's up for acceptance and validation. We are going to do the weighting of the NPMS. We have the NPMS prepared. It's segmented into three: the presidential, the service-wide, and the operational. So we are going to do weightings for all the departments. We are going to guide step by step. So at that point, we are going to have like a session where you will be in clusters of your departments so that we get feedback from you. We will have the finalization and validation of the strategic plan. Then we are going to have to look at the departmental scorecard holistically. From there, we are going to have the signing of the departmental bonds. So all heads of departments, all heads of units, and zonal coordinators will have their own portion signed. Then in closing, we're going to have a brief lecture about performance management system and its implementation.
The Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Shippers Council, Dr. Akuta Pius MON, began with commendations to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, for the insightful establishment of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. He further praised the Honorable Maiden Minister of the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy for the knowledge born from experience with which he is solidly steering the ministry. Dr. Akuta was emphatic as to the direction and zeal required to achieve set goals and objectives, which he reiterated must be measured through tangible results rather than mere activity.
Let me begin by recognizing and commending the bold and reform-oriented leadership of His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, whose renewed hope agenda has injected a new sense of clarity and urgency into governance of our nation's strategic sectors and reforms. Under Mr. President's directive, the federal government has made an unambiguous statement through the creation of the Federal Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, entrusted with transforming Nigeria's vast ocean economy into a catalyst for diversification, growth, and sustainability. We are equally privileged to be under the astute leadership of the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboga Oyetola, CON, whose visionary approach, steady guidance, and tireless commitment have galvanized key institutions within the sector, including our own council, to embrace innovation, reforms, and measurable impact. Distinguished colleagues, we are in a new era. The Nigerian Shippers Council can no longer afford to operate as a process-heavy, paper-driven bureaucracy. We must now define our success, not by our activities, but by our outcomes, not by intentions, but by results. The federal government, through its national policy on marine and blue economy, has placed performance at the center of national development. It is a clear call for institutions like ours to show leadership in facilitating trade, improving port efficiency, strengthening interagency collaboration and coordination, accelerating port infrastructure delivery, enhancing stakeholder confidence, and mainstreaming sustainability across the logistics value chain.
Mr. Rotimi Anifowose, the Director, Planning and Research Department, noted that the gathering itself demonstrates the evolution of the Council. He urged all participants to gear up for the work ahead.
Today, we will be marking a significant step in the evolution of our organization, a moment that will reaffirm our shared commitment to accountability, result-based performance, and continuous improvement in service delivery. You will recall that our recent strategic planning session was not merely a routine exercise. It was a participatory and reflective engagement designed to realign our institutional vision, mission, and goals, especially with current transitional period and future expectations. The insights, the ideas, and the recommendations gathered during that session have been meticulously documented in the draft report, which we are here today to validate.
In the course of a series of interviews, participants revealed their take-homes and what they intend to do moving forward. Mrs. Ife Okolwe, Director, South-South Zone of Nigerian Shippers Council, assured that aimless activities would now be a thing of the past as activities would henceforth be time-based and result-oriented.
It is a new era for us. From our discussions with the ES, with the consultants, we've come to realize that it will no longer be business as usual. We are moving digital because by December, like the ES said, everything we are automating completely. And again, it is not just performance. We perform now to achieve results. And whatever you are doing, you have the, behind you, or you are to know that you'll be assessed on everything you are doing. Now, whatever performance that is carried out, you'll be assessed, based on timing. Everything we are doing now must have time limits. We have to embark on timely service delivery. We have to embark on serious, engagement with our stakeholders. We have to ensure that we are all in line with Council's mandate, now Council's aspiration to ensure that our processes are automated. Okay? Then we have to think of accountability now, have to think of efficiency, transparency. And once we automate, these are some of the things that we expect. We also look at our strengths, our weaknesses, but the most important thing now is timely service delivery.
The Director, Consumer Affairs Department, Mr. Celestine Akujobi, shared his department's definition of stakeholders and offered advice on what staff should be doing.
The board we have signed today is drawing from Marine and Blue Economy Policy. And it means that the strategic planning or the strategic plan of the council has to draw from what we have in the Marine and Blue Economy. Then the department draws from what we have, what the ES has signed. ES has signed with the Minister of Blue Economy, and we are now signing before the ES. And what we are doing is just to now give life to the strategic plan of the council, which draws its power, its energy, its function, everything from the Marine and Blue Economy Policy. And come to look at it in this front. Everything is geared towards ensuring what? Efficiency, ensuring transparency, ensuring competitiveness, ensuring that the economy grows.
Amina Mohammed, Head Procurement, gave assurance that her entire unit is laser-focused on doing nothing but the best for Nigerian Shippers Council.
Signing of a bond signifies taking complete responsibility of the duties, the schedules, and the responsibility bestowed not only on me as an individual and not only the unit as part of the management team of the Nigerian Shippers Council, but the entire presidential directive as given by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We will strive to do our best to live up to expectations, if possible exceed expectations.
Dr. Pius Akuta MON, the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer, Nigerian Shippers Council, outlined the new focus of the Council and stated his expectations from staff, having signed a performance bond with them.
The Council must serve as both a policy anchor and delivery vehicle in support of the Ministry's goals. Our mandates must align with the policy's strategic thrust, including trade, logistics, cargo management, and port infrastructure development. All departments, particularly the Legal Services Department, Strategic Planning and Research, Regulatory Services, Consumer Affairs, Inland Transport, and all zonal coordinators are to align annual work plans with relevant components of the national policy. Quarterly reports evidencing this alignment shall henceforth be submitted to the ESCO's office and transmitted to the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy. Current cargo dwell time and vessel turnaround statistics remain unacceptable. We must work to enhance the cargo clearing timelines in Nigeria. Nigerian ports are reduced to match regional benchmarks.
Other participants have this to say.
As individuals and as management staff, we are more than ready to key into the bond that the ES has signed with the minister. And all of us, we've collectively agreed that we will work in unison in our various departments, units, and zonal directorate to key in together and come together to achieve the core mandate of Nigerian Shippers Council in order to be able to meet up with the performance bond that has been signed by the minister.
We are port economic regulator and trade facilitating agency in the port industry, in the maritime industry, and our stakeholders are waiting for us, so there is no going back. We have to up our game to make sure that in every facet, not minding all our locations, because some of us are from outstations. For instance, I'm from North Central Zone, and we have to make sure that all the stakeholders are being happy with our services in terms of facilitating their trade, and again to ensure that the inland dry ports at Hepang in Jos Plateau State become operationalized.
Automation and digitalization is a global thing, and the best way to deal with laziness among the civil service and to deal with corruption process is to automate the process. And this ECM will give us an opportunity to operate based on the platform of automation. We will deal with staffs or the stakeholders by automating all the processes to deal with cargo in Nigeria and to deal with the regulation. Regulation, which is our mandate, if it is automated, we try to reduce all these bottlenecks that will cause delay for the service users to face with their cargo. And that is the main thing. So we really commend our ES with his directive and his drive and encouragement to us to be able to key into this ECMS.
The atmosphere at the end of the second day of the retreat showed visible energy, with participants discussing amongst themselves ways to use what was learned for the upliftment of the Council, Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, and the nation, in line with the released policy on the nation's maritime sector.
In line with the retreat's mandates, we here at the Shipper promise to refocus our energies towards keeping you better informed. Over now to the Ministry of Marine and Blue Economy, where Tanzania backs Nigeria's IMO Council. The United Republic of Tanzania has endorsed Nigeria's bid for election into Category C of the International Maritime Organization IMO Council, citing strong diplomatic ties and shared maritime interests. The endorsement was made during a courtesy visit by Tanzania's High Commissioner to Nigeria, His Excellency Celestine Gervas Kakele, to the Honorable Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, His Excellency Adegboyega Oyetola, CON, in Abuja. High Commissioner Kakele praised Nigeria's leadership in the marine and blue economy and announced plans to dispatch a team of Tanzanian experts to understudy Nigeria's maritime institutions. In his response, the Honorable Minister welcomed the support, stating that a seat for Nigeria at the IMO Council is a voice for Africa. He also highlighted ongoing efforts to establish a national shipping line and strengthen intra-African maritime trade under the AFCFTA. Both sides pledged to deepen bilateral cooperation and encourage cross-border investments in the marine and blue economy sector. The meeting was attended by senior officials from both countries, marking a significant step in strengthening African maritime collaboration. Let's join Idowu Ogungbemi on our tidbit segment for local and international maritime updates.
Hello and welcome to the tidbit segment of The Shipper. I am Idowu Ogungbemi and we've got some interesting stories, key insights and updates from the maritime sector. Stay glued and let's get started. The Nigerian Shippers Council has received a prestigious award from the Association of Maritime Journalists of Nigeria, AMJON. The recognition was presented at the 2025 AMJON conference held in Lagos in honor of the Council's effective regulatory role and its commitment to fostering a well-structured maritime industry. The NSC's transparent and accountable approach was particularly acknowledged, highlighting its dedication to good governance. Receiving the award on behalf of the Executive Secretary and Chief Executive Officer of the Council, Dr. Akuta Pius Emuhen, was the Acting Director, Special Duties Department, Mr. Moses Abere, who expressed profound appreciation to AMJON for the award and reaffirmed the Council's readiness to support the association in its strive to promote the growth of the nation's maritime sector.
We want to thank AMJON for your continual promotion of the awareness in the maritime industry and for promoting excellence. We also want to appreciate you for continually contributing to the intellectual growth of the industry through developmental programs and trainings and workshops like this. We appreciate you. On our side at the Council, we will continue to support you as we all strive for the growth of the maritime industry.
Also at the event, the Council's Deputy Director, Market Analysis and Tariff Administration, Mr. Ibrahim Muhammad, delivered a presentation titled ensuring standard regulatory framework, strategies, and options.
In order to align with global best practices, Nigeria's regulatory framework should embody the following. 1. Predictability. Uniform, codified regulations published and updated regularly. Then 2. Transparency. All rules, tariffs, and sanctions clearly stated. Then 3. Efficiency. Minimal redundancy, clear timelines, single window operations. As we speak, the government is at the verge of deploying the single window, and we believe once this is deployed, just like I said, the processes and procedures in the process will be much faster than it is right now. So the government is working towards that single window project. Then inclusiveness, engagement of freight forwarders, terminal operators, importers and exporters, and other stakeholders in the sector. Then technology-driven, use of APIs, blockchain, and centralized dashboards for compliance tracking. All these references were done with the WTO's Trade Facilitation Agreement, which encourages members to establish predictable and transparent port regulatory environments to reduce trade and time cost.
We encourage you to follow our social media pages at NG Shippers on Facebook, Instagram, X, and YouTube for more latest updates, events, and information. Let's take a look at our complaint register for the week. The Nigerian Shippers Council has received 4 complaints. While 3 of these complaints have been resolved, 1 is still ongoing investigation. The complaints include negligence of duty, wrong declaration, pending refunds, and release of a detained container. We encourage stakeholders to visit our website at www.shipperscouncil.gov.ng for more information or to lodge their concerns. Now, let's talk about the international maritime sector. Switzerland-based container shipping and logistic giant MSC Mediterranean Shipping Company has signed contracts for the construction of up to 12 liquefied natural gas, LNG dual fuel, and LNG capable container ships. According to data provided by Greek shipbroker Intermodal, MSC, the world's largest liner company, has placed an order for 22,000 TEU bulk ships at Shanghai in China, and the units are slated for delivery in 2028. MSC has exercised options to build 2 22,000 TEU container vessels at Engli Heavy Industries in China for $200 million each. The LNG dual fuel ships are expected to be delivered between 2028 and 2029. The Swiss company has also booked 3x3 LNG-capable 21,000 TEU bulk ships at China Merchant Heavy Industry Airmen in China. That wraps up this week's segment of Tidbits on the Shipper. Thank you for joining us. We'll be back next week with more insights, trends, and key developments across the maritime industry. Until then, stay informed and stay safe.
For more than 5 decades, we have empowered and protected the interests of shippers in the nation's maritime industry. Our focus is to facilitate trade, regulate tariffs and rates, as well as handle shippers' complaints on cargo losses, damage and non-delivery. We offer dispute resolution mechanism for shipping and trade disputes between shippers and service providers. We are Nigerian Shippers Council, Nigeria's port economic regulator, your gateway to a thriving maritime sector. Nigerian Shippers Council will meet you at the port of your need.
And so we arrive once again at our birthing point. The journey has not ended, rather we are on a break. We shall be expecting you on our next voyage. And remember to follow us on social media at NG Shippers for more information. Meanwhile, here's wishing you calm seas, clear skies, and gentle winds in your week ahead. Do have a swimmingly great week.